So today on the Tim Marner podcast show, I've got my friend Tom Taylor, healer Tom Taylor.
Just Tom Taylor will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why have we kind of not got rid of it, but why aren't we saying that?
Because it was like, needed it at one point, just to make sure that I was doing it. Do you know, like, to reinforce right, I'm healing. Right, that's what I'm doing. And then over the last year or so, it was going to happen anyway. You know, the healing.
Yeah.
And it was also an ego thing. It's like, healer. Were you calling yourself a healer? And it's what I needed then. It was like, because when I started my Instagram, like, it was for sharing, and I was sharing and sharing and sharing, and then I realised that all this healing stuff was available, and then I got sucked in, and then I wanted to be this healer, and I also, do you know what I mean, was so involved that I was like, right, I'm healing, and then it's like, wow, and then, because when you go down this route, you need these things, you know, to keep, you know, like to kind of like steer you in the direction that you're going in.
How do you know if it's a route and it's not a rabbit hole?
Well, it's both, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's a rabbit. It is a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole because it's like if you get stuck in it, you continue to like I was saying to Betty before. You're posting, and it's feeding your ego. Because you're posting and you think that what you're doing is, I've healed this. Do you know what I mean? But you're not getting anywhere because then I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do. I just want to be. And that was where I could see that when I was doing videos, there's a lot of doing going on, mate. Do you know what I mean? And also what I could feel that when I was in front of the phone, do you know, even though people probably don't think it, but I knew that it was an act, like it wasn't me. Do you know, like it wasn't the true me, and I could feel things, and I thought, right, I'm gonna stop this. Do you know, I'm gonna stop saying these things, just for me, and then see where. Do you know what I mean? It felt like the right thing to do. So, and you know me, I'm always going on the feelings.
Intuition.
Yeah. Intuition, yeah, call it intuition, call it love, call it soul, whatever you want to call it. You've got to go with your feelings, and it's like the more that you step back, you know, and look at you and do things for you and be you, the more everything seems to just be more calm. You know, like, and then when you start to be you, do you know, like, and feel you, everything else falls into place. Like, you don't have to go around helping everyone. It's not a thing. The more you help yourself, the more you love yourself. That happens anyway. So I have more love for everybody and everything because I love myself more. And it is all about love. Like, I have clients, like, and I don't like calling them clients, the people, do you know what I mean? And the souls and but we're doing longer stretches. So, like, instead of like, you can't do anything in one set. You can do something in one session if someone's in like a crisis, yeah. But if somebody wants to grow, you're teaching a lifestyle, do you know what I mean? You like kind of, you're guiding them into helping them to feel into themselves. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So we're like 3, 6, 9 months, do you know what I mean? So they can kind of gather like and get a foundation of what it is that they feel they should be doing, yeah, instead of thinking about what they should be doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
do you hear that? Yeah. So it's like the lad that's been coming recently since like Christmas. And don't get me wrong, Instagram helped me with this because a friend passed away just before I went away last October, and I posted about doing a course, you know, like for like 10 people, and people came, and then this lad, like he decided that he wanted to do more, and they're the people who you can help because they want to help themselves. So a lot of the things that I was doing beforehand, you kind of find that the people want something from you. Do you know, like they're relying on you. Like the sessions I was doing in the forest and the healing sessions, yeah, they come into that weekly. They rely on it. And I could see it, I could feel it, because when I was going away, my energy was like gone. And I thought, I'm not doing this, because it's like, I'm just giving. Even though it might be every 2 weeks or whatever, it don't feel right. And I will do them again, do you know what I mean? If it comes up, but I'm more of, right, the only way you can help the bigger picture is by helping yourself, and that is it. That is the only way.
What's your thoughts on Instagram and stuff now at the minute? Where you at when it comes to that?
Volatile. A lot of people trying to be somebody.
Yeah.
Been there, and I were in, sucked in. Not gonna lie, sucked in, like, and you feel like that's what I felt. I was like. And I see, and the other thing that was getting me was I was seeing everybody just trying to be somebody.
Yeah.
When you don't need to be anybody. Just go and be yourself. But that doesn't come in a couple of days. It could be a few years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if that's what you are looking to be yourself, then you're going to have to go really into yourself to find out. Do you know the little thing? It's like, the way I described it to someone the other week was, do you know when you put the kettle on, or you go to put the kettle on, right, and and there's no water in it, but you can't, do you know what I mean? You can't see the kettle. It's like, how do you react in your mind in that moment? Like, do you call it, oh, fucking hell, there's no fucking water in the kettle? Or are you like, oh, right, no worries, like, just put, is there a reaction?
Yeah.
And the mind will tell you, this is the thing, so like, the mind is a really powerful tool, because you're the only one who can hear them little reactions, and them reactions, and them, you know, like bursts of energy, because it's all energy. They're the ones that are going to set you free. Do you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I get it, mate.
And it's the little, and if you are so busy, so Instagram as well, what it does is it takes up a lot of time. It's not just Instagram, is it? You know this. You're on CapCut. You're on captions. You're trying to make it look the best way that you can make it look, yeah? And it takes, like, if you're doing a good video, even if you're feeling it, you know, when you're doing it all in the flow, it's going to take you 3 hours. And you're going to be happy with it. But then it's like, right, I'm happy with that. But then what happens is part of you might be like, right, well, you think it's really good, but it gets like fucking 500 views. Whereas like your other one that you did in the morning singing, yeah, got like 3,000. And then you're like, what's going on? Like, why do people not like it? It's the universe showing you like you're fucking attached to it.
Yeah.
And
that's it, mate. And it's like, I wrote it on my board this weekend, the word reaction, and then I took the C from reaction and put it at the beginning, and it said creation. And it's just seeing from a different point of view. Yeah. And I'm like, look, you can either be in a reactive mode, like what you're saying, or you can be a creative mode. Reaction's doing, creation's being.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of, you know, I told the story about my house and stuff, and I was totally in creation mode, where I'm like, wow. If I was in reaction mode, I'd be like, fuck, what am I going to do? What else? I'm just like, I'm like, I'm not there. I'm like, I was there, and I was like, wow.
And that's like really complimentaries for you doing the work.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't come, that reaction's not there now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not just in that moment. you know what I mean? That for you, you've obviously healed like something, or you've released, dissolved the energy that used to make you react that way.
Yeah.
And the only like the same with me. Recently, what I've learned is, you have attachments, and you have everybody does.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, that's what you're here for. This is the school. This is where we are. We're here to grow. That is it. And the thing that I realised, I think it was last year, was you got attachments and you've got traumas, but then you've got feelings, So your attachments and your traumas, they come first to heal from. Do you know, so then you're not attached to them, but then your body and your mind are attached to feelings. So it's like, it's amazing, honestly. So it's like the way you operate, is on certain feelings. So if you've got OCD, your thoughts then, do you know, they could come up look, if you're not aware and they come up and you think, because I got stuck. Yeah, because you get stuck. That's what it's all about. You get stuck and then you get unstuck. Do you know what I mean? Because and then you see where you got stuck and you're like, oh, that's great. That, you know what I mean? Thank you. And then and I kept getting stuck. Keep thinking it with these attachments and traumas, and it weren't. So that they were coming up as thoughts, but the frequency and the energy in which they came up showed me what they were. Do you know what I mean? Showed me what they were, and it was like it came in, and if I was in do you know what OCD is, don't you? When you need something a certain way and you're putting things everywhere, but in your mind it kind of grabs you, and it's the energy of that OCD. And I had that because from whatever, do you know what I mean? From whatever I've been through, don't know, it's no one's fault, whatever. But then it's up to you to release that feeling, and when you release it, you feel like you can breathe again. Do you know? And that's what I've been just navigating the last. I think it was the start of the year. I'm not sure. It might have been a bit before. But obviously, spent a lot of time on my own again, and I love it. And I'm not arsed, and I feel but I can go out with people. Been playing a lot of golf, and with the work as well, give up trying to be somebody, on Instagram, on this healer. It was like people will come anyway, so we're not pushing it. I'm not pushing anything. And then the work's turned differently, still joinery, roofing, gone limited. Better jobs coming in, bigger jobs coming in, means that I can relax more. Do you know what I mean? Relationships are better. Relationships better with myself, better with people. And then things just come up, and if it feels right, then I will do it. But if it doesn't feel right, then I'm not going to do it. And that's the way I've been operating the last, I'd probably say the year.
What's that work looking like for you? What is that, just sitting with yourself? What type of work are you doing?
Yeah.
Just literally
sitting
and being.
Not
trying to meditate. You just put yourself in a meditative state and.
Yeah, it's got a bit different. It had to change from the things because when it's attachments and traumas, for me it was I told you stories, didn't I? Remember that Jamaica one?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. When I realised that, so I was in it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I was fully involved. Yeah, and I was quite attached to doing the work. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I'm not attached to being in the work. It's it'll come. I know it's there. but I'm not going to let it stop me from doing my daily stuff unless I know and I feel that I need to sit down. But everything's a lot slower paced. It's like it just took just a little back seat. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm having a little just letting it all come to me, mate.
How do you do that with, like, because obviously, you know, you're this like ball of energy and you've got this amazing this energy about you, and it is in it from a fire. How do you slow that down, and how do you put water on that a little bit?
Oh, mate, don't get me wrong, it's weird as fuck. You come my house, if you fly on wall in my house, it's gonna be like like I'm being myself completely. I'll talk to myself and everything. I've got this new like relationship where obviously at first on the spiritual path and in life in general is frowned upon. You know, you're talking to yourself, and but who's the person you spend most time with?
Yeah.
Who's the person who goes to sleep at night with you? There's only you. So if you're not having fun with yourself, you know what I mean? You're not talking through things with yourself. If you're not looking at yourself in the mirror, do you know, like, and really like looking into your eyes and you know, like loving every single part of you. Like I lost weight. And at first it was it was a shock. Do you know what? Because like I was like, you know, I was heavy in the shoulders and I had a little bit of weight, but then I feel much better. I feel lighter. Do you know what I mean? I feel more. I actually feel stronger. So to answer the question, it just comes. Like I just know when to sit. Do you know what I mean? And then I know when I can. But I know that then if I go out, I'll be me. But it doesn't really matter because people still come up to me and say, "Oh, have you been in Resi this morning?" That's how they see me. I don't give a fuck. Like what? Like no, mate. Or just don't even answer. Or I will have a laugh. It depends what mood I'm in. Do you know what I mean? So it's understanding yourself. That's all it is. We're here to understand who we are, and when we do that, you find more solace. You know, like more. I wouldn't even call it content. You're just happy, mate. You're just in love. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be at home on the couch, you know, like crying your eyes out, or you could be out playing golf with your mates, or you could be at a football match, or you know, you could be out walking. Something comes through and nothing happens, and you just really like in that space of just complete nothingness, but everything at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Freedom, and that's the other thing that, like the healing, because you can feel that you're becoming more free. You get attached to it. Do you know? Do you get attached to it? I did get attached to it, but I'm saying that, like, you know, when you told me about your healing session and you felt like you know what I mean. You become I'm stuttering a little bit here because it's the words I'm finding to describe what happens. It's not like, because you don't let things go. You just become more you. Do you see what I'm saying? You let go of the things that are not you. It might be a feeling, it might be attachment, it might be a trauma, but you're letting go of that thing that's not you, so you can become you. And the more that you become you, there's nothing else to do. You just let the universe, that you let you, like, and the universe together, you just hear me, and you're there, and you know what I mean? You go in here and you go in there. Like, I'm doing something next week that like inside I knew that I would always do, but I didn't know when it had come. So, and now I'm going to do it, and it feels right. Do you know what I mean? And it's like fucking great, isn't it?
So when you have this feeling, what you're doing, are you just sitting and asking yourself questions? Are you just allowing yourself to not be nothing in that moment?
No, I go into it
Right.
because it's a feeling, innit? It's a feeling, so at first you got to feel it. Like, what is it? But you be so loving, like, you know, like, you would be so loving as though you was, you know, as though you was a little baby. So it says, have you got any, like, and you've got any little babies in like around you, like, that you look after, or imagine that you had a baby that you had to look after, and you like kind of, you hold yourself, you talk to yourself. This is a big thing, this, mate. The way people talk to themselves is, every day I see it and I hear it, and I reckon it's one of the biggest things that stops people from growing, because they're not listening to how they're talking to themselves. So what I'd do is I'd sit there and I'd be in the feeling, and then when I know by the vibration and by like asking the questions, and I use mantras. I do use mantra, you know, like I'll use the Sanskrit mantras, and I still say them, and I say them daily, but they're not I won't sit there in the morning and make sure that I'm doing the practice, because do you know what I mean? It just comes and it goes. But it obviously inside knows, and it'll just come up, right? You need, this is what you right, do it now. Well, it's not even do it. I'm just being, and it's happening. Ungam ganapati namaha. It's just going. It's just coming on loop. And then when it comes up, like, you'll feel there will be. Another thing that I never hear people, like, you know, on Instagram as well, like we said before, I never hear people say how it feels when you are releasing something, or when you are, you know, you're letting go of something that is no longer serving you, or you don't need, or whatever. They don't tell you how it feels. And it doesn't feel the best. Like, at some point through this period of, like, you know, healing, like letting go of the feelings that was running my being, because that's what you do, you're running off feelings, like reactions, and like, so one of them was lying, yeah. So there was obviously a part of me that was running. Do you know, I'd had the feeling of lying inside, and then when that came out, when it was coming out, it didn't feel nice. It felt very uncomfortable. Because at first you've got to just accept it and take accountability that you are holding that feeling, yeah? Because your mind can be like, I don't lie to myself. Do you know what I mean? I don't lie. But what about you 30 years or however old you are? What about in that period of time? Have you ever lied to yourself and then it's become normal? Yeah. And you forget. Yeah. Because you did it once and then it was like, all right. And it's no one's fault, it just happens. Yeah. Yeah. So you accept it, take accountability for it. But that's why you have to sit with yourself, Tim, because it doesn't feel like, obviously when it went in, it probably didn't feel good, but you just didn't know, because, do you know what I mean? You was unconscious to it, because you
unaware of it.
Unaware of it, yeah. You weren't aware of, like, your feelings then. But now that you are, you that's why you've got to give yourself the time. You give yourself the time to let that feeling, like, you release the feeling, you know what I mean? And it's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. But at the end of it, you're going to be, this is going to be, like, freer. You're going to be more in tune. And then you're going to be able to just take life as it is. Do you know? Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
And I never hear people talking about this. Yeah. It's like all fucking butterflies and rainbows, and it's not. Yeah. Like the story with, like, the one in Jamaica when I had to have a go at that Jamaican. But that showed me, like, obviously people, well, it's not people, like the news, you know, the conditioning. Don't go Jamaica, it's like hostile, like there's guns everywhere. There's guns all over here. There's guns, like, if you want to listen and hear about guns, you probably hear about a gun in Bolton. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just where you are. Yeah. I don't listen to stuff like that. So, like, when I've had a go at this guy in Jamaica, that just showed me, like, that I had the courage, and also that I was very strong in my own self to think this guy's taking the fucking piss, like, and I'm not going to let him do it anymore. And then that was it. And after that, like the next day, like, because he was a security guard at the hotel, bought him dinner, and I was on my way. Do you know what I mean? No hard feelings, because I got what I needed from the situation. And
yeah, I heard this the other day, mate, and somebody said life will present you with people and situations to show you where you're not free. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything is a lesson. People and situations show you in your life where you're not free. And I'm like, wow.
prime.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm like, look, if someone comes into my life and it triggers...
Well, don't look for it.
No, yeah. Which is another thing, mate, innit? People look for it.
And then when you think you've got it, when you've said that, you've been caught again. It was like yesterday when
I'm very aware that sometimes my ego is telling me to get rid of my ego.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shit. Right, what do I do with that information? And I'm like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's awareness of your own mind. It's like, it's complimentary of, you know, where you are. Yeah. It's funny though, innit?
Yeah,
I mean, I was studying the kitchen yesterday, and I was like, he was showing me something, like, I smoked a little bit of weed, and I was like, oh, right, that's what it's showing me. And I was like, oh, I've got it. And then I was like, fucking hell, I've not got it. And then I was like, I've got it. And then I was like, I've got caught again. And I was like, just looking. Yeah. But then I start laughing because it's like, that's the paradigm of it, innit? Because you haven't got it. Because when you've got it, you've not got it. By saying it, because that's your ego. Yeah. And it's like, because I listen to a lot of Ramdas.
Right.
I told you that, didn't I? Yeah. And it's so beautiful. And he was saying that your thoughts, like, are just your thoughts. That's all they are. And they don't really mean anything. Like, they don't, but it depends where you are. Because they mean a lot. Do you know what I mean? If your recurring thought is fucking making you feel horrible, then obviously there's something there like trauma, attachment based, feeling based, that you know, that you need to look at. You know what I mean? That does need looking at. Do you know what I mean? That you sit down with yourself, love yourself, just get in there. Do you know what I mean? Get in the mix of it. It's difficult, and I get that. Do you know, for people who don't do this work, because I can easily say, like I have done to like clients and stuff, you sit with yourself, and I'll say it every time they come. But they're like, how do I do it? And I'm like, well, however you're doing it is right. Do you know what I mean? I can't sit there with you. And like, obviously, I'll give them more than that if I feel they need it. But the thing is, if you're coming for help, I'll give you as much as you need. But you know what I mean? You got to go away and do it yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, like I can only know certain. You know what I mean? I'm not like this. I'm not inside your body. Like, I can only know what I can know of where you are. It's up to you then it's mainly slowing down. One of the biggest things that people don't, and in the spirit, in this, we're going to call it the New Age spirituality. Do you know these healers and these energy workers? They're as busy as a guy who works 3 jobs. Yeah. And they're doing exactly the same thing. And they're not like, they're just in the same routine, just doing the healing, but not doing the real healing, not slowing down, not finding out who they are, trying to make money.
This is what I think on that is, I think these people, they're in a sort of a forceful energy, not a powerful one. Yeah. And I see these people forceful and they're pushing it and they think it's good to be forceful, and the people who say, I want to say forceful, they kind of, it makes them feel a certain way that they're in control and they're not. Where someone like you, for me, right, this is my opinion on you, Tom, sits in a very powerful energy. And certainly right now, mate, and they're the people. They're the people for me. And forceful, the marketeers, the salespeople, the making money, powerful people don't need to.
No.
They don't even say they're powerful. They're just sat there. And for me, it's the most beautiful energy when I see someone, especially, me knowing you from the Watson, this being that sits before me it's incredible, mate. Honestly,
no, thank
it's incredible.
You. Appreciate that. Yeah. No, I do. And the thing is as well, mate, I can reciprocate it because I can see it in you as well. And I seen a video. I don't know how long ago it was, and I knew then I could see it in you.
Yeah.
The slowness. Do you know what I mean? You're taking more time. It's not about getting somewhere. It's about being here now. This, talking properly. Like, excited today about coming here. Because I can be myself. Do you know, in front of you and here in this place. Like you don't get, like, obviously, if somebody asks me a question on the golf course and they're being sincere, I'll give them a sincere, answer. But if I know they're taking the piss, they don't get anything because it doesn't go in. And this is the other thing that I've found. It's like, there's no point in me thought, I used to, and this is again, it comes with growth. I used to find myself like them people who were in these energies, forceful energies, yeah. Because you're so used to giving, yeah, and you want to be righteousness, yeah. Then what happens is you start giving all this advice. They ain't gonna fucking listen. They're just asking either for a quick laugh or to say, did you hear what he said before or she said before? They're not gonna take it in, and you're not being a bad person. You just know that you don't fucking, you know what I mean? They don't really want it. They're just asking for asking sake. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But there are times and places where and certain people that you'll know that right, you can have a conversation with this person and be sincere and be yourself. I'm not saying that I don't be myself wherever I go, but places like sitting in front of you, and when we've chatted in the past, you can just sit there for hours and you can chat, and you don't need a topic. Because the heart doesn't have a topic, does it? And the soul doesn't have a topic. We just sit in and we're chilling, and that's the way that I feel that we need to get back to. All I think that we need to get back to is people understanding themselves. And that'll take a lot of slowing down and a lot of love. That's all it is. It's not nothing else. I wouldn't say it's anything else than that. A lot of compassion, a lot of love, and a lot of slowing down. And obviously, in the makeup of that, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Think about it. You're not used to it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of going to all these shenanigans, do you know, that your family puts on, or your friends, or whatever. You don't feel like going to a baby shower, don't fucking go. That's the way I had to learn. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I've done that I know that people think, that I've changed, that I wasn't myself. But I'm not that, I'm not myself, I'm just not the person that they think I am. Do you know what I mean? But I'm still vibrant, loving, more fun, joyful, and I feel good. And that's all that matters, because when you feel good, then you can give the good feeling out. You'll never pour from an empty cup, not even half full, 3/4 ever. It's not selfishness. It's just, you got to understand yourself before you can give anything. Because when I were, giving, And you know, when you go down the spiritual route and you learn about energy, just drains you, brother. Drains you. And I spent probably a year doing that. You know, but you don't learn until you learn, do you? It don't hit you until it hits you and you think, fucking hell, right.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
But it's not forever. And that's another thing. Who knows what'll happen? Do you know what I mean? Who knows what'll happen in a year or so? Do you know, in a couple of years? I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. There's only like whoever's look. Do you know what I mean? Because it's about choice as well, and people think they have a choice. Really, you don't have a choice. Do you know, if you're in this? Do you know what I mean? If you're doing the work, and I keep saying doing the work, I just want to sit like on a spiritual path, like because I want to. Because it's for certain people, this, isn't it? Really. Do you know what I mean? It's for everybody, but there's stages, and I can't remember what I was just saying before that.
For me, right, for people to get this understanding of themselves, they've got to ask themselves some hard questions to find out who they are.
Yeah.
And sitting in that is what you're saying. It's not nice, is it? Who's willing to do that? How do you come to a realisation that you need to do that? These people that are listening,
yeah,
they're
the ones that hear it, feel it. If you feel this conversation today, do you know, like whoever listens to this and they feel that what we're saying feels right to them, they're the people that know they can do it. Because if you feel this kind of stuff, then you have the knowing inside already that like anybody can do this work. Anybody can, yeah. But that's my honest belief. But there has to be something, you have to feel something. Like, it doesn't have to get to crisis point, yeah, because there's a lot of information out there. If in my opinion, there's too much information out there because everybody's trying to make it and everybody thinks they're right. But what I would say is, like, if you feel like a conversation, then just dip your toe in.
Ask a question.
Ask a question, self-inquiry, not meditation, just self-inquiry. Journaling. I've got about 15 journals at home that I'm going to burn. I was going to say to you, we'll go and have a fire. I'm going to go up to the spot.
Yeah.
Burn all my journals. All that energy, it needs to be burned. Done all that. Do you know what I mean? But you need it at the start. Because a thought out of your mind onto the paper, you won't believe. Have you done it? No, right. Because if your mind is very, very busy and you're wondering why you can't get that girlfriend out your head or that boyfriend or, you know, like a situation or someone close to you's passed away and they just keep coming back and you feel sad, you're attached, yeah, there's a trauma there. Write about it, because what happens in the mind is it's on a loop because your mind is just like attached to like certain little bits, and it'll be like it's on a loop of like say a few words or one story, but what's in the middle of the story, you only find that out by writing it down, because when you start to write, it all comes out because you start to remember. You know what I mean? You start to remember little things. Like one lad who comes and sees me, I said to him, I like to have a go at him, really. You know, like a stern word. I said, if you don't start journaling, there's nothing I can do for you, basically. And as soon as he done it, changed, like emotions come up. Like he's like, I can't believe all this stuff is coming out. Like, and I said, like, because at first you've got to get it out your mind, get it on the paper, because then you can get on with your day, because you've got work to go to. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you live two lives, because obviously you live a spiritual life, but also it's like what Ramdas says, being part of the world but not being part of the world, being in the world but not being part of it, and that's it. And that's what you've got to do. You get your stuff down, get you sorted, yeah, and then go into the world. Yeah? But don't get sucked in. Keep coming back to you. And the more you keep coming back to you, the more you change the way you speak to yourself. You know, and be aware of, you know, you drop something on the floor. Like, what are you saying to yourself? Fucking idiot. Playing golf the other week. Someone's hit a bad shot. Oh, you fucking idiot. Saying the name. Do you know what I mean? It's calling themselves a fucking idiot. And I was like, you know, come on, G. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking shot at golf. Like, but they're not aware, are they? It helps them so much. Just to say, like...
How many times are they doing that a day as well?
Well, what else are they doing it on as well?
Yeah.
Big thing, that. Big thing, because it's like... It encourages hate, doesn't it? And judgment on yourself. Do you know what I mean? And it's no one's fault, like, the way it is. Like, obviously, I did it. I used to do that. Like, years ago. Like, I was always, do you know what I mean? Being hard on myself. And it's just because of the way that life was. And the people you were around. And the way you grew up. And your mum and your dad. Do you know, and everything. So... What else? What happens is, like, between the ages of 0 and 12, I'd say, is you go through life and you're just a G, aren't you? You're nothing. You're not arsed because you know what I mean. You've been to, even in I'd probably say in primary school. You don't know what's going on. You're a sponge, aren't you? You don't know what's going on, so kind of like, you're just not bothered, yeah? But when you hit 12, what happens is, then you start suppressing stuff. Do you know, like, and it starts to shape this, like, person. You start to be more conditioned, you know, with the school. And then, you know, you're going with society, you know, like my era as well. We, like, 15, 16, you drink, and that's what we did, and we drank, and then till 28, so between 12 and 28, you kind of go in with whatever you're around, yeah, and then when you come to, like, 28, 30, that's the time that I was shown, and also how it is, like, it's up to it. Like, you will get shown things then, you know, in a spiritual way, and think, fucking hell, like, this doesn't feel right. These people I'm knocking around with don't feel right anymore. But because of the conditioning, yeah, you know, through them years, is very strong, and, like, your attachments and your traumas are they're not rooted in, but they're in. That's why it's a little bit difficult to, do you know, like you said before, why is it so difficult? It's because of how it feels. It doesn't feel right. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel, if you're instead of going with your soul and your heart of how you feel, instead of not listening to the mind, that's why it feels so uncomfortable, because you're so used to running on that program, on them programs. And that's why the slowing down, the meditation, do you know what I mean? At first, the journaling, get it all down, and then you start to heal. Yeah, that's what I was shown, and it made complete sense. And it's up to it. If this path finds you, you know what I mean, and when you both meet together, there's no way you can go back.
Yep.
You cannot go back, because it just causes more pain. What you can do, what I've seen a lot of people do, is they get stuck in like a cycle. Do you know, like the ones who are trying and they're making money and they're in this forceful energy, like you said, of, do you know, this spiritualism, because it's not spirituality. It's not, because they're still doing the same stuff, but they're just using spirituality as a like a scapegoat. Like, there's even somebody who I met. This was fucking mental. Like, I couldn't believe what they said was like. I said, "Oh, look, like we were talking," because I knew she did wellness and that, and she went, "Yeah, the money's good as well, innit?" And I just went, "Fuck me, I fuck knows. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?" I couldn't tell you. But I did get caught in that, because you do, and you're like, and this is mad, I'll be honest, mate, because I knew that I was like, this was like maybe last year, we were making plans to, you know, do retreats, and a good job I didn't, and you know what, a good job I didn't, because I knew that I was like kind of on a different level of consciousness than other people.
Yeah.
I was going to charge a lot of money, but that's ego, yeah. And I'm really glad I didn't do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm really glad that I listened, and because it's not the way. It's not the way. Even though you might know more than some other people. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? That's for you. That's for you to just be grateful for yourself. That, do you know what I mean? You've been able to grow that much, do you know, and not get sucked in, because the way of like Instagrams, and you think that, because you think, fucking hell, he's doing that or she's doing that, and they're making this much money, but where are they in themselves? Do you know what I mean? Are they free? Do you know what I mean? What are the reasons they're doing it for? Some might be doing it for good reasons. Do you know what I mean? Some might not. I don't know. But that's where I was, because I knew I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, somebody who says that straight after it's good money as well is not free.
Oh, fucking hell,
You don't say that. If you're in the powerful energy, you don't say that.
No.
It doesn't even come out your lips, because it's...
It doesn't even come in.
Yeah.
But then again, it does do. It does do at first, because because of the way, the conditioning, and you know, since you're little, it depends how you've been brought up. Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's all right, though, because, like, you know, when you were saying it, look, I know your intentions and why you're doing it, and it's like, look, I want to give up my sort of roofing job so I can do this, I can help more people, but in order to do that, I need to make money. Do you know what I mean? And you get stuck in that, but the intention's right, but like you said, it just, your ego gets better of you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That it becomes a first and foremost, I need to make money in order to do this.
Yeah.
Where really what you're saying is connect with yourself, and the people will just come.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
It'll take longer. It'll take longer to make the money. But it doesn't matter, because if you've got the love, and love is everything.
Yeah.
If you can continue to love yourself, everything, and everybody around you, then everything else comes. You have no issues. There are no issues. And I say that with an open heart. There are no issues. For people who are struggling, you're all right. Do you know what I mean? Continue to do what you're doing. But if you do feel like you need help, then reach out, because I had a teacher. Do you know what I mean? I had a teacher. I needed it to keep me. Do you know what I mean? But I was also very inquisitive. Yeah. This is because of what I've found as well is if people come to you for help, they're very, very
annoyingly inquisitive.
No, they're not. They don't. They feel like they're a burden to you because of the way they've been conditioned, and society's got hold of them. Right. They're not. They feel like they can't ask you questions because they think they're going to be judged.
Right.
It's completely the different way. Whereas I was the opposite way. But it was a mad thing, because I would ask questions, but in the question I would know, and I would message the teacher back saying, "Fucking hell, I know what I'm on about. I know what," you know what I mean? And it became a thing where we'd laugh about it. because it was like, okay, like I've sent you this message and I know what it is. Do you know what I mean? But it's the only way you do. So where I learned anyway. Because I've always had that. It's always been. I always have fun. Do you know what I mean? And even if I did feel like I was, you know what I mean? Is he going to judge me for this? I just thought, well, fuck it anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah. Are you going to judge yourself for it? I think the more that you just do what you do, just do what you was going to do anyway, and you will grow. Do you hear that? Or?
I get it, mate. Honestly, I'm just right in that spot. Obviously, you're deeper and you're more connected than I am. But I'm in this space at the minute, right? And I'll give you an example of what I've said. She sent me the message saying, look, you got 28 days to get out your house. It's just, we've got a family. I'm just like, I am absolutely buzzing for you. You found your forever home. I'm just like, Tim, oh my God, the love I have for myself, right? I can still feel it. And then I've been shown that, Tim, you're going to do van life for a bit. I'm like, right, okay. Exciting. So these YouTube videos are popping up. I'm like, what the hell? So I went for a walk at weekend, right? With the missus and dog. So dog were there. Another dog came up. These two dogs, I'm just like, whoa, that connection these two dogs have got, it's incredible, right? So the guy comes down with his missus. We start talking to him and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, I already know what you do. I said, mate, what do you do? He goes, I build camper vans for a living.
Yeah. See?
Honestly, just like, mate and the sick, like off-road, trail, you know, I'm just like, right, okay, what's your Instagram? Let's see what happens. Yeah. So then my other thing that's been entering my head and Lee been talking about is getting a plot of land that we can build cabin on and like do some amazing stuff. So she started talking and, oh yeah, work on planning permission for people who buy plots of land. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And like that's
just in it, and
that's you giving it up.
Yeah, just giving it up.
Just giving it up.
Giving it up. Trust the process. Give it up.
Yeah.
Don't get attached to it. Use the words "I don't know" a lot, and be all right with that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's very, very. You know what I mean? You've got to love yourself for that and be very like proud of yourself because that doesn't happen unless you've done some spiritual work.
Yeah, the old Tim, little Tim would have been like, I don't feel safe anymore. What's going to do? Oh, I'm going to be going on the streets. Next thing I'm going on the streets, then I'm going to become a drug addict. Then the drug addict, I'll probably end up doing, you know what I mean? That's the old Tim. It's gone.
Yeah.
Gone. In that moment, I was like, holy shit, mate.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And she said it to me, how can you be so kind? And what's it? I'm just like, beautiful.
Yeah. I want a little fire alarm drill here. Is it a tester?
I don't know, I'm not sure. I think so. It's not going off, is it?
Mini mix and blend. Where did you...
Are we still rolling, Sean?
Yeah,
is it on both of us? No, fine.
So like... Oh, I love that. That's what I love about it. Because... We just carry on.
Yeah.
So we just like... When you give it up, you know, like when you let it go... Like I said to my mate the other week, I said to him, like, I feel like I'm doing everything for the first time. Like playing golf, so much easier. Because I'm not that person. Do you know, who's got all these thoughts over the ball? And also the way I react when I've maybe had a bad round. Like, it might not mean anything to you, this, but I shot 41 on the front nine in competition last Saturday, which is 5 over. So I'm on for a really good round. But the back nine, brother, I was 18 over. So it put me on like 20, 23. But the way I was when I come off was absolutely, I was immaculate. Do you know what I mean? I was absolutely fine with it all. And I just thought, it's just not... I know the golf's there, you know what I mean? I know I can play, But the way it felt was good. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think, fucking hell, I should have done this, or I could have done that, or why didn't I do... None of that. It just didn't matter. And it's the same with you. Like when someone... It's like... Because what it is, it's like an exciting... You don't know what's going to come, do you? Like you don't... Like with you, with the house, I'm going to sell mine. It's the same. It's like... People say, where are you going to go? I don't know where I'm going to go. Yeah. But it doesn't matter, I'll go where...
But people need to know, they need to understand. I'm like, be all right with it. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to park. I don't know.
But then will be all right.
It'll be all right.
It'll be better than all right, though. It'll be absolutely amazing because it'll be able... You'll be where you are meant to be. And that's... Another thing is when you are... This is a thing when you are first coming into your... You know, your spirituality, you know, like, and you're going down the path. It's trusting that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And there is no good and there is no bad. It just is. Everything just is as it is. And the more that you can like bring that into your being, yeah, the more you understand that, like, because if you don't, I would say that, do you know, like when people say, "Oh, I feel bad today," like this is on a spiritual level, like I feel bad, but you don't feel bad. What have you learned? Like what's made you feel bad? Like, it's not that you feel bad, it's just that you felt heavy because something has taken over. You know, like, so a thought, it'll be a thought or it'll be a feeling, attachment, and you've allowed that thing to fully take over your day.
Yeah.
And that is why you have felt the way you did that day. You didn't feel bad. But then that's where the meditation comes in. That's where the slowing down comes in. Why did I feel like that today? Ask that question.
Yeah.
Make the time.
Yeah.
Because people say there's a big one. I've not got the time. Fuck. It's a fucking lie. It's the way if you've not got any time, it's because you are not making time. The way that you make time is that you make it, you create time. Do you know what I mean? Don't do the thing that your mind was telling you to do. Do you know, like, whatever it was? Do you know, like, I need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I need to go and... There's loads of things, isn't there?
Yeah, the gym one was a big one for me. Obviously, you know that.
Yeah.
Like, and I've ignored that shit now.
Yeah. I'm
just like, no, today you're just going to lie here and you're going to just love yourself.
And that's
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
First start off doing that, you're just like, shit. I built up that gym fucking bullshit fucking habit for so fucking long because of this identity needed protecting of unsafe little Tim that you built this up, and then, you know, you've helped me out so much, mate. You know, with just some little nuggets and stuff like that. I'm just like, shit, man, how do I get past that? And just lying there, kind of going, you know, you'll be all right. You're gonna be kind to yourself today.
Yeah.
I'm just like, right.
Yeah. Sometimes, mate, I'm so glad to hear that because I've never been a gym goer, you see, but I could see it. There's a fad at the minute, isn't there? High rocks and that. Extreme punishment.
Yeah.
Anybody who goes to the gym, ask them a question, brings you peace. Yeah. How long for?
Yeah.
An hour, 2 hours. Do you then need to go again in the morning to get the same peace?
Yeah.
Are you in a cycle? Yeah. Are you lying to yourself? These are the questions that you, before when you said, they're the hardest questions, because are you lying to yourself? Do you need to go? Do you know what I mean? Do you not have everything inside you that you need? Do you know what I mean? If you need to go and do something to find peace, you've not got it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm really happy for you. That I think that's massive for you.
Yeah, massive. You know it is. Yeah.
And I did. Yeah, I remember saying, and I'm so That's it. That's the one, isn't it?
To be honest with you, mate, I've not told you this, but I've also got a letter that you wrote me, and I've not read it yet.
I wrote you a letter.
Yeah, you wrote me a letter. And
I can't even remember.
Yeah,
that.
no, it's fine. It was in the moment and it was beautiful. And I've not read it yet because I'm not ready to read it. And it's on my little mantelpiece ready for me when I'm ready.
I've not got a clue.
Right, sound. I feel like it's something to do with my relationship with food. And you've wrote me something. I
think it is.
Mate, there was something, right, and you've written it, but I wasn't ready to read it and take it on board. So I've put it there for when I'm ready. So honestly, there's so many beautiful stuff that you're giving me, mate, that I've taken on board. Jim, it was a massive one for you, it was.
No, well done, mate.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, honestly, mate.
Just slow down, mate.
You know what you can see as well in your face? You had this red, like, is it a blemish? I don't know what it is, but it's... I would say because it's it's energy going up and it makes all your face red. Do you know, like, obviously not just you, but that's like stress. Yeah. And when you let it all go, you let it fucking go off your shoulders. Yeah. Oh my God. And there's no better than just sitting on the couch, like just lying there, being with yourself, being kind to yourself, having a Snickers. Do you know what I mean? Or having a mango. It doesn't really matter what you have, as long as it feels good, yeah. I had a thing with biscuits. Oh, if Wendy sees this, she'll laugh her head off.
Ringtons.
Fucking Ringtons, he's gone missing, that guy. He's gone missing. I've not seen him for weeks, brother. Honestly, I've not seen him for weeks. I was even thinking about going knocking on the other neighbours. Honestly, I swear down, thinking of going knocking on the other neighbour's door, saying, "Where's the Ringtons guy?" Because I want some ginger nuts. I've had to give it up though. Do you know what I mean? I've had to give it like, because I knew. I thought, right, your attachment to these fucking Ringtons biscuits, and then
where does that attachment come from then? Did you look at that and you go, right, attached to Ringtons, it's making me feel a certain way. Where's that coming from?
Yeah, it's comfort. So it's comfort with when I used to go to my granddad's, my Uncle Bert and my aunties, like they used to get Ringtons and they'd have a box, like a big sandwich box full of like the ginger nuts, and then we used to have a coffee from Ringtons with the coffee mate and a bit of milk and that's where it's from, because I felt fucking safe, and that's why and then that's where the biscuit thing comes from as well. Because it makes me feel safe. Now, the thing with food you've just touched on there, I didn't realise that I had a thing with food, but I did, because I was ill. Do you remember I had Crohn's disease, didn't I? Yeah. And it's so amazing, mate, the stuff that comes up when you don't even understand. If people, like, it, sometimes it really, really, because I feel like, because I can feel so deeply, do you know, like, and I go into myself, I sometimes get upset. I used to get upset a lot about just wanting to let people know, like, I don't know how some people move through the day not knowing what they're carrying, not giving themselves the time. Because I know how it feels to feel really sad, do you know, and feel really fucking, mate, do you know what I mean? And I know how it feels to, you know, feel that pain. And I get upset. I get upset with it because I feel like, just give yourself a little bit of time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Getting upset now because I do really want people to understand that this is not that the way that they feel isn't the way it is. Do you know what I mean? It's not the way it will always be, as long as you can ask yourself them questions, love yourself deeply, Like you are a little baby at the start, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to look after yourself. That's all I've done this weekend. Sit with myself. I was going to ask you today, how was your rebirth? Massive rebirth this weekend. You know, like Jesus on the cross, Easter, that's what it is. The mean stuff.
It's been deep for me.
Yeah. Has it been good?
It's not. It's been a tough one, mate. I think.
But...
Yeah.
Go on.
So I just, like, obviously, you know, I told you about the van thing and doing that, but I still got a lot of attachment to the house, memories of LB, and like, you know, just like it's kept me safe for so long, and that's about to go, and I've still got attachment to that. So this weekend was that, and I could feel it on myself. We had to lie on the couch and go through them, and just kind of, I need to do more work on it, to be honest, but I know it's still there, even though it's exciting, it's beautiful. You know, LB was me in that house.
That's it, mate.
You know, it's kept me safe as I want that house. That now it's like, it's scary with this new section, but I'm open for it. It's going to be cool, but
good.
You know,
it's good. It is good, mate. Because even though it feels tough, yeah. You'll come to a point where I've come to this point where it doesn't matter if you're crying, yeah, or you're laughing. That it's all the same. It's all the same, because it's like nothing's different than the last thing. Do you know, like all your emotions are all the same. So it's not categorising them. It's like, let yourself cry. It's fine. You know, like with LB. I know how much he meant to you, and it's like, with me, it's like, with people and relationships, it meant so much to me. Do you know, to be able to go out with people and socialise, and that was the thing that I did all the time. And then, like, to let it go and to be myself, it's like, why can't I just fucking go out and fucking be with these people and, you know, like, be myself? But like, I know there's work, like I can feel it, and I'm more committed to loving myself than being somebody that I'm fucking not, and that's the way it is. So to go back on your thing, you said, like, you asked me before, how hard is it for you to sit with yourself? But it's not hard for me. It's not. It's just the way it is. Because if I don't do it, I won't be free. Do you know what I mean? I won't be the way that I know inside that I can be, that I am, and that like it means going against everything that your fucking mind is saying, your stories that you make up, the feelings, because your feelings run on stories, yeah? And if you continue to tell yourself, if you continue to let them, not tell yourself the same stories, let the stories run, it then generates the energy of the feeling. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you hear that? Yeah. Right? It's like, I use OCD because it came up quite recently for me. So there's a story. It wasn't about OCD. It wasn't having something like, you know, like everything fucking perfect. It was the way my mind was working. It was like, right, just sit like this. You know, like, I've got to be a certain way. Right. And I could fucking feel it. I thought, fucking hell, here we go. I know what it is now. And then that were it. I knew what it was. And I had a thing about this knowing. Do you know, like, because I thought, why the fuck? I got angry with it. because I was like, why does the universe keep needing me to know what these fucking things are? Yeah. And then I relaxed, and I was like, and then the voice comes through. You know the one. Do you know the gentle one? And it's so that I can voice it, so that I can help people understand why they feel the way they do. And that was it, mate. It was like, all right, and then I have to. That's the way it has to be for me. That I have, like, it's not that I have an attachment to knowing everything. It's just that like, and also it does make it that it gives you that little bit more ease. And also, when you know what you are releasing, you can feel it. Because you're understanding of it. You understand it. It's not that you know, you're understanding, right? That's what it. And that was like Gabor Mate, and it was interesting to listen to what he said the other day. Do you know who he is? He never uses. He said he never used like mantras, whereas I do. Like if like recently when I've been releasing and letting go and dissolving feelings, I have repeated like, no, we are dissolving the feeling of whatever it is, so that then, because what it does is it stops it in its tracks. Do you know what I mean? It's because you got a bit more control over. Do you know what I mean? Your feelings are not running you.
Yeah.
You're in control of that. Sometimes, well, and then obviously you have to let go of control, and it goes. There's process though. Do you know what I mean? It's like I only understand what I understand because of the way I've sat with myself, and like the way I've wanted to understand myself. That's the only way, because you said that before, and it is only sitting with yourself that you will understand yourself. Like I've thought of many times about getting a dog, but I just feel like I do like to get out and about. Do you know what I mean? Don't think it'd be fair on the dog. I don't think it's the right time.
Do you know when the time is? You know when the time
Little
is?
Little Eric.
Yeah. I'll get another dog at some point. I know I will, but right now is not the right time. I know when the time will be. It's just, I love that dog with all my heart. It's like beautiful.
It was you and LB, wasn't it?
Yeah, against the world.
And no, it's
that dog taught me so much about myself, honestly.
Yeah.
Just when I was in a certain vibration, it made me so I was vibrational, or if I'm just like, whoa, where are you out there? Tell me you're shouting at a dog. It's like, come on, have a quiet word with yourself. Fucking dog being a dog. So he taught me so much about myself. I'm forever grateful for him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it mad? Isn't it amazing? Like, not mad. Isn't it amazing how you can get to. How there's so many ways to get to the space where you're going.
Yeah.
There's no one way.
No, there's no one way.
Like you like walking a lot, and all you do, and you just explain that the dog helped you, whereas mine's been meditation.
Yeah.
Like I can switch off, but now I can do it with my eyes open. Explain that one to me. Like I can switch off with my eyes open, mate. I don't know how that happens, but
I just love the fact that there's not one way, mate. But people making it out that you need to do it like this, you need to do it like that, and I'm like, you don't. You just need to find out your way. There's ways for everybody. Meditation. There's so many. There's breathing. There's all. Just fight. Just do it all and experience it and flow with it and go. I love doing this. I'll do this for a bit, and then guess what? You might not do it after a week. You might do something else and be all right with that.
That's
beautiful.
And it's them things, the like breathing. What are the two things that you have with you 24/7 or every day? Your breath and your love. So just breathe your love into you. It's as simple as that. And then it's life as well. It's like, I heard this thing from Dolly Parton the other day, and she said that people complicate spirituality, and life is spirituality. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you know what I mean, you're aware.
Yeah.
Go to the football matches, you know what I mean? Go to them events, you know, them music events that you want to go. Go to Ibiza, like I do. Like, that's life, that's you living. You're not just sat at home, fucking, oh, I'm really good at meditating, me. Well done, mate. Fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, you're missing out. You're missing out on, like I've watched a lot, like, obviously last year. And the sitting got a lot deeper as well when I had my knee done.
Yeah.
Last year, I had 6 months at home, didn't I? I basically just sat on the couch. And I've watched every single film there is available to watch. And it got me feeling a lot, into a lot more. And what I found is that... you know, if you've had an illness, or you've got a part of you that hurts, like my knee, obviously I needed it reconstructed, so it's like whatever in your life, whatever in my life had happened, it had manifested in two spots in my body. Obviously, it was the Crohn's was the stomach, So that was like where the Crohn's had manifested, but the feelings had been in my knee. So when you start to release, do you know, like your, like these heavy, these energies, you know, that are not needed, you'll find that the body just gets more well. Yeah. It's nothing to do with you being ill, or it's because you've took so much in that it's manifested and made you sore, you know, like, and hurt you, and it's hurting your insides. It needs to come out, and it doesn't happen overnight. Again, it will take time, and that's what I found as well. It's like you get well if you just sat at home all week. You get more well than you would do running around like an idiot. Do you know, like taking your vitamins, eating well, going yoga, Pilates, fucking the gym. If you just stopped doing all that stuff and went in on yourself, you would become more well than you would do running around like an idiot.
Like an idiot. Shall I send people your way? Shall we not? I think, you know what we're going to do is I'm just going to look. If you message me and invitation only, I'm going to say, if you want Tom's number, message me.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens.
I'm open, do you know what I mean?
If you're looking for answers to questions.
For yourself.
For yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I'm open, mate. I'm not on Instagram because I don't need it at the minute. And if people do want to help themselves and they're ready and they feel it, you know what I mean? They can find their own way. But do you know what I mean? If they do want a little bit of a,
they need a little bit, Tom.
Need a little bit, then yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go, man.
We're fucking good to go.
I'm hungry now, mate. What have you had today, you?
Nothing,
I
yeah.
knew you'd say.
I've had
a plum. I've had a plum and a piece of toast.
Oh, in fact, let's wrap it up. Thanks for listening, everybody. I love you, Tom Taylor. Goodbye.